Hello and welcome to the Hyperledger Global Forum in Dublin. I'm delighted to be joined here now by Kamlesh Nagware from Snapper Future Tech. Kamlesh, how are you?
Yeah, hi Mike, I'm good.
Kamlesh,
Thank you.
Could you introduce yourself and your role at Snapper Future Tech,
So,
please?
at Snapper Future Tech, actually, I lead the blockchain initiative as a CTO, and we are working on Hyperledger technologies since last 5 years, and mostly use the Hyperledger Fabric and other Hyperledger projects. And additionally, actually, I lead the Hyperledger India chapter and technical ST committee member, and even part of the climate action accounting group at Hyperledger communities.
Now, the last piece we're going to pick up now, which is the climate action piece, but we're going to talk about sustainability. Maybe for our audience, could you help paint the picture of, what is sustainability in Hyperledger and why is it important?
So, I think sustainability is generally like how you will know and measure the carbon footprint, and how you could kind of compliance with the ESGs. And in the Hyperledger, in the climate action accounting group, we created a couple of initiatives to measure the carbon footprint and tokenize it. So there is a one project, carbon accounting and certification in climate accounting group. So we created a platform in the community to measure the carbon footprint in the supply chain, greenhouse emissions, and any kind of sustainability objectives. And then we are tokenizing those carbon footprint to make some kind of new investment kind of platform. And actually, even last week we went live with this community project.
And just to delve a little deeper there, how does it work? How will this work?
So generally, if we understand the COP26 and other different sustainability SDG targets, like companies, organizations, countries need to be sustainable by like in the 2030 or 2050, like carbon net zero. So the bigger challenge is currently like how you measure the carbon footprint saving, because until you didn't account the carbon accounting properly, you can't be sustainable. You can't be a proof like how it could be achieved. You are achieving. So, and using the blockchain, because it brings trust and transparency and bring the accounting in a kind of distributed ledger kind of thing. So how it works? So first, like in the system, first we need to account the carbon footprint saving via some kind of sustainable practice, whether some sustainable supply chain, or whether some forestation, or whatever the different waste, like suppose if you're using renewable energy, so how much you impacting the carbon footprint saving. So the first part is kind of carbon footprint accounting and calculation, and then in the second phase, like using this carbon footprint saving and tokenize it is some kind of carbon tokens. Like currently we have carbon credit in a Vera and Gold standard, but there's some kind of centralized policy maker, centralized regulators. But in a decentralized way, you could use blockchain and tokenize this carbon credit as a footprint saving, and you could trade in some kind of secondary marketplace. And people who want to be carbon neutral, whether people, whether institutions, or whether government, who want to be sustainable, they can use this carbon credit as an investment or as a kind of offsetting their carbon footprints.
Sure. And just to maybe explore, what are the advances in the Hyperledger technology that's helping this type of quest for sustainability? What are the key attributes?
So in a Hyperledger, we have an umbrella of projects. We have Hyperledger Fabric, we have Sawtooth, Iroha, and multiple projects. Even we have a Hyperledger Besu kind of, which is a good fit for kind of tokenizing the particular carbon tokens. So in the Hyperledger community is in terms of very good initiative, in terms of not just they are building a technology, but it is also providing some kind of community or some kind of ecosystem to build such kind of things. So like for example, in the Hyperledger Foundation, we have a special interest group called Climate Accounting, and there we are defining some standards, some policies, or some working on some kind of proof of concept, some MVPs where you build technology and how you are defining the standard, and then all these things. I think very good support by the foundation and community and the Hyperledger staff.
Lovely. Well, I've just got two more quick questions. But first of all, you're a leader in Hyperledger technology, a recognized speaker, and you're leading the way sustainability here. Is there a particular project that's caught your eye that you'd like to share with our audience, or something this year, a trend that you're seeing?
So I think this year we have seen many kind of carbon credit tokens people are generating using the kind of centralized kind of suppose Vera and Gold standards repositories, because currently people who want to sell the carbon credit, they generally need to go to the Vera and Gold Standard kind of repository. And as a retail buyer, they don't have any marketplace. So
Right.
I can talk about one of my friends' company in India. They have built some kind of renewable energy trading platform where they are tokenizing the carbon credit footprints, and then a normal buyer like us can buy this carbon offset. So generally, for the like institution and the government or a big corporate generally care about sustainability, like suppose offsetting their carbon footprint. But as a normal user, like for example, suppose if I'm buying a $50,000 car, and I may be using this a petrol car, for example. So I'm making some kind of carbon footprints to the environment. So as an environment friendly person, how I can do what I can do. So maybe I can invest in such kind of carbon credit tokens, sustainable tokens, and I can offset my own carbon footprint saving this thing. And even there are many companies building such kind of carbon credits and some kind of tokenization platform, whether they want to maybe saving the carbon footprint on renewable energy for projects or maybe supply chain. So even we are working with one of the plastic recycler company in India, where we are kind of traceability of the plastic recycle process, and then tokenizing those carbon footprint saving which saved during this plastic recycle process.
Fantastic. This is using Hyperledger technology in a plastic tracing project initiative in India.
Yeah, right.
Super. Where can people find out more about the Climate Committee and more about these projects? How can they find out more information?
Yeah, so I think anyone can visit the Hyperledger wiki page, and there's a special interest group section. There is a climate action accounting working group. You can find there are bi-weekly meetings. Anyone can join this. These are open meetings by Hyperledger community, and you could contribute. You can learn, and even the climate action accounting carbon accounting project is open source. There is a Hyperledger like blockchain carbon accounting, and anyone can use and build around it.
Amazing. I'll just have one final question, Kamlesh, and just, what do you value about being part of the Hyperledger community, and what would you say to anyone out there, just what the community brings to you?
So actually, if we talk about the Hyperledger, there is always like all is welcome, all are welcome. So, and being a Hyperledger community member since last 5 years, I was leading a India chapter and part of the several working groups and special interest groups. So is very kind of valuable in terms of understanding what is happening in the ecosystem, and it privileged to be like interacting with the Hyperledger Slab, like talking to Daniela, talking to Julian. I think everyone is very open and come to call with you, discuss, given opportunities. Like for example, currently I'm the technical steering committee member at the Hyperledger, where we are driving some kind of Hyperledger Foundation's technical steering kind of thing. And India chapter, we are bringing lots of value to the Hyperledger adoption in India. So providing platform to the people who are building something on a blockchain. So all this is due to the open and transparent community like Hyperledger built around the blockchain ecosystem.
Kamlesh, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us, and the very best of luck with your plastic tracing project, and good luck with your talk on sustainability tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mike.